Okay, at this time, I call the order to public hearing. Ms. Ling Ling.
Good evening, Madam President, members of the Governing Board, Dr. Ventura, and Isaac Community. This evening, the public hearing is for the fiscal year 2022-2023 expenditure budget. As this is a public hearing, at the end of the presentation, I'll take questions not only from the board, but also from the audience. The adoption of our budget, and that statutorily, we're required to annually adopt an expenditure budget no later than July 15th. And the governing board shall hold a public hearing to present the proposed budget to the persons attending the hearing, and any resident or taxpayer in attendance may ask questions regarding the proposed budget. And then once it's adopted, we have to send it to the Department of Education for them to keep it on file. The state of Arizona budget, as of Friday, July 17th, 2022, the legislature had not passed a state budget. As of Thursday, June 23rd, 2022, they have passed the state budget. They did it at about 4 o'clock this morning. Unfortunately, we can't change our budget from proposed to adopted, so this is going to look like we didn't get any money yet. However, the K-12 appropriation that's a part of the state budget is really the main factor in calculating our district budget. And so the Auditor General issued us preliminary budget forms to allow us to adopt a budget and to remain in compliance with the statute, right? And the only change that they incorporated into these forms was that our classroom site fund allocation went from $722 per student to $708 per student. And that's because that has to come out by March 31st every year. So that is something that they knew for a fact. But all the other calculations remain the same as if we were still operating in fiscal year 2022. So what is our district preliminary budget based on? Well, it's based on a 3% reduction in average daily membership. Okay, that 75% of our online students are returning to in-person learning, which is additional 5% funding per pupil. And then the decreased allocation for our classroom site fund. So updating our preliminary budget. The Arizona Revised Statute allows us to update the budget by September 15th for any legislative actions that occur right after or during the adoption of the budget, right? So the Auditor General is going to publish new budget forms that will reflect the actual changes included in the budget that they adopted last night. The good news, we'll do it by September 15th. With current year funding, we'll be able to know exactly how many students we should adopt the budget on. So the questions right now, are there any questions about the K-12 budget, about the proposed budget?
Any questions from the board? Okay, here none. Thank you. The community, have any questions? No? Thank you, Lynn. Okay, at this time, I call regular governing board meeting to order. Mr. Santa Cruz, can you please lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance to the flag
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Roll call.
Governing Board President, Ms. Patricia Jimenez.
Present.
Governing Board Member, Mr. Rudy Santa Cruz.
present.
Governing Board Member, Ms. Maria Hernandez.
Here,
And then Governing Board Member, Ms. Maria Guzman and Mr. Harry Gerwell are out today.
Thank you. Next, approval of June 23rd, 2022 regular governing board meeting. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
second,
Okay, call for the vote.
Governing Board Member, Ms. Maria Hernandez, may I please take your verbal votes?
approve, yay.
Okay, motion carries. Next, approval of June 9th, 2022 regular governing board meeting minutes. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, any changes? Hearing none, call for the vote.
Ms. Maria Hernandez, can I please have your verbal votes?
Yes.
Okay, motion carries. Next, we have governing board reports. First is Mr. Santa Cruz.
I have no reports today. Just be careful today. It's pretty windy out there. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Garrell is not here. Ms. Hernandez?
No, none at this moment. Thank you.
Thank you. Next is myself. I just want to welcome everybody, and today is the last board meeting of the year, so we all get a month off. You know, we get paid for this, so you need a month. No, I'm just joking. It's an honor to be here. But I just want to wish everybody, hopefully, like I said, the last board meeting, you get vacation and you rest and come back energized for the next school year. So I know there's many projects that I've seen through Facebook, all the training that you guys are doing with their staff, and I'm looking forward to our rally with their new teachers and our staff, and it's always very exciting. So other than that, just have a safe travels if you're going to travel. Next is Superintendent update, Dr. Ventura.
Madam President, members of the board, and Isaac community, just a couple of announcements. First of all, tomorrow is the last day of summer school. I want to thank all of our teachers and families that participated. It was an amazing summer school event, lots of activities for students, keeping them engaged, not just in learning, but activities that are fun and engaging. So just a wonderful opportunity for our community, and thank you everyone who was involved with this program. Also would like to thank our food staff. Our cafeteria workers worked really hard. They provided over 50,000 meals. So that doesn't come easy, but they are an amazing group of individuals that work here and just come to serve each and every day. Our staff we're already getting ready for the next year. The support services department, business department, TNL, IT, everyone is busy, not just wrapping up the year, but preparing for the next year. So again, thank you everyone for all the hard work that you do in preparing our school for the next upcoming year. Tonight we have a special guest with us. We have Mr. Marco Lopez, who's here to talk about the state budget and its impact on education. And Mr. Lopez, if you could please come forward and address the board. Is there someone here for Mr. Lopez's office?
With the rain, he got caught. He's a minute away.
You could add it. You could do a recess for 2 minutes. Yeah, you do it. Mr. Lopez is in commute because of the weather, so Madam President, I recommend that we do a short recess.
Yeah, we're going to do a short recess for 10 minutes. I reconvene into the meeting.
Madam President, I'd like, if I may continue with my report.
Go ahead, Dr. Ventura.
Madam President, tonight we have a special guest, Mr. Marco Lopez, who would like to address the board and the community about the state budget and how it's funding education. Mr. Lopez.
Dr. Ventura, good afternoon, Patricia. My pleasure to be here. For the Isaac School District, it's fundamental that we continue to fund our districts at the appropriate level. So it was an opportunity to make sure that you understood that I stand with you and I understand the importance of funding our public education system. Not only are we getting the proper resources or to get the proper resources to our teachers, but fundamentally to our kids. In 2012, I was funded a program called Connect to Compete, making sure that broadband was an accessible tool for our parents. Today, across the country, for kids that are in the free and reduced lunch program, they get access to broadband at home for $10 a month. Here in Arizona, we've connected a little over 30,000 of those homes, and in the US, a little bit over 1 million homes. So the commitment to providing the tools for our kids' success is key and fundamental. So in the next 8 years, what the objective that I've released education plan, investing over $2.5 billion to close and reduce the class sizes throughout our district, to make sure that we are investing in proper teacher pay, but also thinking about early childhood development for our parents, childcare so that our working parents can have an opportunity to close that learning gap before our kids arrive to kinder. And understanding that over the course of the trajectory of learning, that not every child or every parent will want their kid to go on to the university, and that's okay. So we've got to invest in vocational training, just like the work that my father did as a plumber. It's an opportunity to have a skill and the ability to succeed anywhere in our state. So again, I just wanted to thank you for your leadership, your vision, and for being strong advocates, not only on behalf of our kids, but on behalf of our teachers, their faculty, the staff, and the parents, because I want to make sure that everyone in the educational ecosystem can live in the same community where they work. And so we've got to restore that fabric, and I want you all to know that as governor, I will be your champion and someone that is here to work for you, with you, every step of the way. So thank you very much for the opportunity and the time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Lopez. And one last comment before we end. Mr. Garwell is attending the NALEO conference in Chicago, and he wanted to be here with us online, but he was having technology troubles with his computer, so he is not able to be here. But I just wanted to let everyone know that is why he's not present. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Next is new business information, discussion, and action. Presentation, status update, COVID-19 data, review in Isaac School District, Dr. Mario Ventura, Superintendent, Ms. Stella Barraza, Community Health and Specialist, Ms. Barraza.
Good evening, Madam President, Governing Board, and Isaac community. I am back to present to you our COVID update, school benchmark and community level in Arizona County, in Maricopa County in Arizona, and quick updates from the CDC. As you can see, this is a similar table that you have seen before. We go by what is a community level in Maricopa County, where it's low, medium, or high. And that guides our mitigation strategies here in the Isaac School District. And currently, we have been in the past 3 weeks on the medium category. So again, that guides how we go forward with the mitigation strategies. Here are quick updates just to share what the CDC updated on May 27th. To continue the layering of COVID-19 specific prevention strategies as we have been doing. And again, to continue the update the ventilation system, which is something that we did do here at Isaac. And the other components, as you can see here, is something that we continue to promote for our staff and our students and our families. And we will update our mitigation program and have that updated for the beginning of the school year for better guidance and applying this CDC guidance. Here's a new update. One of the key things is to continue to know when to get the vaccine as we continue to provide our events for our community. And last week, the CDC did approve for everyone 6 months and older to receive a COVID-19 vaccine. So that's something that we will be promoting for families who have younger kids, 6 months and older. Here's also a graphic that we will be sharing on our communications this upcoming week, which it really guides on who should be getting a booster vaccine. And we have our 2 events coming up at the end of this month, one tomorrow and one on the 30th for our community here at Isaac. Any questions?
Any questions from the board? Hearing none, thank you.
Thank you.
Next, school safety emergency preparedness, Mr. Angel Larriar, Family and Community Engagement Specialist, Mr. David Morales, Director of Support Services, and Gualberto Perez, Director of Technology. Mr. Angel? Mr. Morales?
Madam President, members of the governing board and Dr. Ventura and Isaac community, today I'll be coming to present to you the safety and protection initiative that we are going to be implementing. And among them is increase the partnership, as you can see in the presentation, with the different entities that are in the screen, with Phoenix Police Department, Maricopa County Attorney, the Department of Emergency Management of Arizona, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security that works with DEMA hand in hand, and with Phoenix Children's Hospital. And with Phoenix Children, this is more oriented towards the psych department. And then this translates in a lot of trainings and specialized trainings that are going to be provided to teachers. You recently mentioned that it's a month that many people are going to take off as they deserve it well. Well, here at the district office, we are going to be working hard. Particularly, I am already booked 30 hours of training with DEMA regarding school safety and initiative regarding that. And also additional actions is going to be, of course, providing adequate and accurate information to our parents, updating the safety protocols. With this one, we are going to be updating these 2 pamphlets and making it more realistic and more comfortable. Because if you are someone like me, an emergency comes, you are not going to be wearing your glasses and start reading it. And reading it, all of these letters. We are going to make it shorter and more visually graphic and more didactic for the principals and teachers who needs the information. Also, we are going to be providing monitoring parent apps, training for the parents to be fully aware of what their children are consuming on the internet, so they can, if that's the case, provide information to us, and also the other initiative that you see in the presentation. And now I have the good and the privilege to introduce you our partner, like I stated before, Phoenix Police Department, and here it is Officer Chris Gallego. Chris Gallegos is an officer that has more than 2 decades of experience in law enforcement. So, and he's going to be sharing excellent news that we are already implementing and leading here in Maricopa County.
All right. Well, it's good to be here, and I appreciate the introduction. Appreciate the opportunity to come speak in front of you guys. I got some. I was contacted by Mr. L'Oreal about coming up with some safety initiatives. A lot of schools have been contacting us, and currently I'm a community action officer out of the Maryville Estrella precinct. I've been an officer for 22 years. I'll let Bobby quickly, Robert, really quickly
I'm Officer
introduce
Valdez.
himself.
I've been on with the department for 25 years. Also worked a few months here at Isaac several years ago, so I'm very familiar with the area. And with this plan, we're really excited about implementing something like this because with everything going on in this world and the tragedies that are going on, I think it's very important that we work together like this in a partnership and being able to get this information out. So I'll let Officer Gallegos talk about this because he's more of the IT guy.
Yeah, so it's exciting to have a guy with all this experience. These bars are a number of years. He's been on a long time, and he's got a lot of experience, practical experience, and we grew up in a very similar community. My parents both went to Sutton Elementary School. My nana lived on 24th Avenue in Jefferson, so I'm very familiar with the culture and the type of families that we have here. So I'll get forward with it. So we were talking, and I've been hit up by other schools that want to do threat assessments. And so I reached out to our Homeland Defense, and I sent the packet over, and it's pretty daunting. And then come to find out, everything that you submit to this unit, you have to have a certification in order to view it, and it's protected by state law. So I'm like, wow, that's not really practical for a first responder. It's practical for an intelligence officer that's going to be behind a computer kind of quarterbacking it, but that's not your first response, that's your second response. So I guess there's people that are also listening outside of this. I apologize. So I figured, hey, we need something to help our first responders, and we can't have it under lock and key. So we came up with an idea, just for an example, and I'll show you what a typical Phoenix Union High School looks like. And this is a call for service at Betty Fairfax, okay? All the information is contained on this call, and as you can see, under hazards, it has one hazard, and it has very basic information that says BC, which stands for Blind Call for an Assigned SRO, School Resource Officer, regarding any calls at this 20 means address during school hours. That's not going to help us for an emergency, and that's not providing any critical information at a critical time. Not to mention, this information, when you click on it, it's 14 years old, or excuse me, it was put there in 2014. So currently, there's nobody in our department monitoring this stuff. So when Mr. L'Oreal says, hey, I'd like to get rolling on all 11 of our schools, I'm like, wait, hang on, pump the brakes a little bit. That's a lot of work, right? But I said, here's what we'll do. I'm gonna try to get the ball rolling on the 3 junior highs. And so luckily, I had some good contacts because normally this would take months in order to get done, and I was surprised. I had the blessing of my commander, Commander Elmore at the Maryville Estrella precinct, and he said, yeah, run with it. He likes the idea. So what the idea is, instead of putting useless information on this box down here, these are your schools here, and this is what they look like. So this is for Pueblo del Sol. So in the event of an emergency, and I'm responding to Pueblo del Sol, and I'm talking a critical incident where we need to get a hold of people that know what's going on. So I got the personal cell phone numbers of the principal and the assistant principal, because I don't want to call the front desk and get transferred to who knows what when everybody's in a panic. I want to be able to talk to them directly to their cell phone. People take their cell phones wherever they go. They don't put them down. And so I want to be able to communicate to that assistant principal and say, where is this taking place? Okay? Once she tells me, it's in building 5. And as a responding officer, I can just click this hyperlink that we added in, And I'll go here, Pueblo del Sol, and now I'll bring up a PDF of your guys' format. And I can get real-time information from my dispatch, even if I want to concentrate while I'm responding and I want to concentrate, the dispatcher could pull this information up for me. She can make the call to the vice principal, and she can be getting communication by saying, what floor is it on? As you know, Pueblo has the first floor and they have the second floor, so I generated both maps. And on each map, you'll notice on the upper left-hand corner, I got the critical information that I need to communicate to these principals and vice principals. So we've done this to all 3 of your schools, and as you can see, that's Pueblo. And this is Isaac Middle School. Same information, same process of bringing up the maps. The great thing about this is we're keeping it consistent. So every officer, they know if they go to an Isaac school, this is the way it's going to be, because I am going to be maintaining this on a yearly basis. And it says it's valid for 22-23 school year. If something changes in the year, I just go back in and have a change made. And I know it's been updated for that school year. So I think it's a really good, and it's innovative. It's something that no school, believe it or not, no school in the city of Phoenix has this. So I told my commander prior to coming up here, I was like, hey, this is something that I've been working with that you kind of backed me on. And he goes, we need to implement that citywide. So he's going to make arrangements to present at the executive staff to all the chiefs and the assistant chiefs and the commanders to have all the remaining SRO sergeants maintain all the information and get this up to date. So it does take work, because all the information, him and I have been working together, and he's been getting me the phone numbers and the maps. And as you can see, I mean, we can do a little bit better with our maps too. I think it was Isaac's map here. So Isaac's map is a little bit fuzzy, but it'll work for now. And it gives you guys the idea of exactly what we're looking at. So you can see, like, up in the upper left-hand corner, it's hard to make out them building numbers and stuff like that. That's a minor detail that we can maybe reach out to the school and see if you guys want to generate new maps, updated maps, and we can get that updated very easily. But I just wanted to put it in place so that way you guys can see the idea that we're coming up with. So that about concludes this particular ideas. We've talked about other issues that I'm pretty excited, and I presented before. This is a video called Run, Hide, Fight. It's a video that's put out by the FBI. It's a PowerPoint presentation that we would talk about, and this is for staff. This isn't for school kids, because guess what? A lot of times it's former students that are coming back and doing some of the bad things, right? So we're not going to tell the kids like what our game plan is, so to speak. These are for the teachers, these are for the administrators, and we'll be able to provide this training going forward. One other thing in closing, fentanyl. It's the biggest killer from 18 to 45 years old. It has killed more people this past year than even COVID. It is the biggest killer. And one quick thing is, if you guys have seen it, you guys live in the West Valley, I work in the West Valley, you guys have probably seen it. Little tinfoil laying around, looks like a little snake's gone through it. And if you haven't seen it, you'll see it, and then you'll remember, oh, that's what Gallegos was talking about. Fentanyl is a huge problem. We get calls every day about people overdosing to where we have to give them a Narcan spray in order to keep them alive, or kick them out and get them alive. It's a big deal, and I think it's something that every nurse should be aware of and possibly even be trained on, because if it's been seen on campus before, that means you have a potential for an overdose, and you don't want to be unprepared. It's just a matter of training and being prepared. So That's basically what I got for now. Just a few ideas that we've worked on. Got some other exciting ideas, but if anybody has any questions, I'll take some questions.
Does the board have any questions? No? I just have a comment.
Yes.
Well, this is something that's, I think we spoke in the past of, especially what happened in Texas. So, you know, we want our students to be safe and our
Absolutely.
staff and pretty much, you know, the whole Isaac community. So thank you, Mr. Angel, and for working together. And I mean, this is things that we have to do. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
If I can add one more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just real quick. About 2 months ago, we had an incident where somebody went onto a campus at Betty Fairfax High School, and something like this would have been perfect because somebody went on campus looking for somebody. They wanted to shoot somebody, and it was just a lot of miscommunication. You know, dispatch is trying to get a hold of somebody, and there was like 3 or 4 people that called. So we're going there. We know what the guy looks like. They're saying, oh, he's north. Oh, he's by this building. And what happens is a lot of communication gets lost when you're talking to a dispatcher. It could be a minute, 2 minutes, something like this. They can say, hey, this, for example, I think you said the student's over here by this building or by this classroom. So we have an idea of where we're going, you know, and it's so, just looking at this stuff. This is my first time that I've seen it, and it's very helpful, you know, especially with everything that's going on around the nation. This is a good information that we're implementing. So, anyways, the guy got away. So that's my whole thing to the story. It was just 20 minutes went by. By the time we get there, we're on the wrong side of the campus. The guy's going the opposite direction, and he's long gone. So something like this is very helpful tool.
Thanks.
Thank you. Are we going to continue?
All right.
Okay.
Any questions from any of you guys? Have any questions at all?
I'm sorry.
For having-
we cannot.
Oh, I
it's just the
apologize.
board. Yeah.
I apologize.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Just the board, no worries.
I apologize.
Madam President, members of the governing board, and Dr. Ventura, if you would like to have specifics about the different other actions, for example, from the technological point of view, please organize an executive session. I'll be more than happy to be sharing the different access that law enforcement first responders have. Now I introduce you Mr. David Morales. Mr. Berto Perez.
Good evening, Madam President, members of the board, Dr. Ventura, and Isaac community. Briefly, I want to talk on the safety technology plan that we'd like to put forth as a part of this overall safety plan we're working on through the district. And specifically, we have many tools already in place here at Isaac between our fire systems, security cameras, intercoms, already here. Many of the systems, however, are old and are really needing to be replaced and updated. And so we're using this as an opportunity to look at what our desired outcomes are. And in this case, we're focused on getting systems that are going to work for all of our needs. And so in collaboration with many of our district stakeholders, we want to implement an integrated safety system. So very much like what you heard officers talk about, that communication, that's all about collaboration between people, and these systems will be supporting that. We want a system that is going to use current technology, stuff that's coming out right now, that allows us new options that just weren't available before to be able to best support these situations with students and staff. Some of these new options that we're looking at are automated doors, so locks on the doors inside and in the front of the school, smart digital signage that works in conjunction with safety and security systems, and also integrating some other technology we're bringing in, such as our vape sensors that we mentioned earlier. So why now? Well, of course, new technology, it changes all the time with everything that happens. There's more innovation, and we want to take advantage of that new innovation. And as I mentioned before, these new systems work very well for providing unified communication and information to our staff so they can be better informed, and they can, in turn, perform more coordinated responses within our staff with outside agencies in response to any type of event. Also, these systems allow for automations, things that the tools themselves can do to augment the preparations and procedures that we have in place now and then we're working to develop going forward. And of course, as always, in support of our strategic plan, in this case, focusing on goal 2 for safe, positive, and healthy school environments. So the plan right now is that we are going to create an RFP, a request for proposal, and solicit vendors to give us their newest best systems that are integrated to meet our needs for this safety system. We plan on publishing this in July of 2023 here and having this open for vendors to present their plans to us. We plan to have a committee that will include several stakeholders within Isaac, of course, Angel, some members from technology, finance, David's team, and others. Look at these proposals and then ultimately make a recommendation to the superintendent and the board. This is a big project. It's going to involve all of our campuses. So initially, it could take at least 2 months to be able to gather all this information and bring a recommendation to the board. But this will obviously develop as time goes on. So with that, are there any questions?
Any questions from the board? Why would it be published till July 2023?
I meant to say July 2022, and
Yeah.
I apologize.
Okay.
That it was just an error on my part, and I wrote it and read it wrong, and I apologize. I meant July as in next month.
Okay, cool.
It does. I wrote it, and I didn't catch
Okay,
it.
because I'm like, okay, 2 months. Okay, well,
Sorry.
that's better then.
Madam President?
Dr. Ventura?
And I just wanted to also make a comment. I've been talking to both Angel and Berto about if there's a way of allowing law enforcement, once these cameras are in, to have an access to those cameras. So if there were an event, not only would they have what you saw in the presentation from Officer Gallegos, but also access to live footage of what's happening within the campus. So that's also in the works as part of this system.
Thank you. Okay, thank you. Are we, okay. Mr. Morales?
Are you doing the presentation?
No, I don't need that. Yeah, I don't have any formal slides, but just to follow up, back up on a couple of things that we're mentioning. First, the officers talked about the plan. We are working with the architect to redo our plans. A lot of the schools actually don't have really good drawings. It's really important for the staff and for actually, as Angel goes through, so they can identify some good safe routes out of the campus based on the maps. So they do need to be updated and actually get some better PDFs for just not only the campus map, but also the site map. The other thing that we have to do is take a look at, make sure the maps match what's existing out there. Throughout the years, many things that happen is that when you do get some drawings and actually building numbers may not match the actual building number that's currently on the building now. Because over time, the building was designed by the architect, and he might have gave it a building number 100, and now they call it building A or building B. So we need to make sure there's no confusion to that. Those are maps that you can also not only give to the police department, put on their system, but also for the school so they can put throughout the school. The other thing that Berto talked about was technology. And in anything we do, we need to make sure we're aware of building codes and fire codes. Just going out and locking everything and doing everything with fencing, there's also some other code issues that we need to work around and making sure we don't entrap people either, because you also want to be able so people can get out. We are looking at the perimeter fencing and interior fencing and see how we can work that. Like Berto said, on the locks and hardware issues, we need to make sure we buy the right type of systems that would work, and also there's some ADA issues we need to work through. It's just not putting any system in there. So those are things that we're looking at. We also have the fire alarm system. I think Berto hit that. Typical fire alarm systems is what you see in the room, and they're just a siren and strobe. We do have some older systems that we are going through and updating. You're not required to do any updates unless your system, as you're doing a new building. But if you are having a system that you're having to replace, you are needing to do a voice-activated system. And the biggest thing between that and the current just siren and strobe is that these actually get voice commands. So there's a voice given it. The other advantage with that type of system like that, you're able to do more than just a fire. You know, it could be for intruders, for severe weather alerts and other things, so, and you can identify those. So you can customize these systems to do that. You're also talking about calling certain people. These systems are also integrated where you can actually send out an email or a text or a phone number to certain individuals that you wanted to do that. So besides the paging system. So there's a lot of technology there, a lot of things. I mean, some of that stuff, you know, we'll see how we can do it with grants, maybe BRGs or something, how, because they are expensive. Doing a complete system, there's a lot of cabling involved. Again, our schools are old, but we can find some key areas to start with. You know, card access, we can hit some key points and where we want to put those out there, and you know, and then work from there. So those are just options and stuff that we're already actually looking at. Thank you.
Does the board have any questions? No? I just want to thank Dr. Ventura and, you know, all of you guys are doing this. I think it's great. I think it's awesome that we're acting on it, you know, because we want to make sure, like I mentioned before, that the community safe. So thank you very much. Okay, that's it. Okay. Next, we have adoption of the FY 2022-2023 expenditure budget. Ms. Ling Lang, Chief Financial Officer. Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
Okay, Ms. Lang.
Madam President, at this time, I'll answer any questions you may have about the budget in front of you, although it will be updated very shortly after this.
Does the board have any questions? Hearing none, call for the vote.
Governing Board Member Ms. Maria Hernandez, may I please have your verbal vote?
Yay.
Okay, motion carries. Next, approval of an additional 2% salary increase for the FY 2022-2023. Ms. Ling Lang, Chief Financial Officer. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Ms. Lang?
Madam President, the K-12 budget bill that was enacted upon this morning, it was, at the time that this was written, considered as an additional 4.65% on the base support level, which would be our per student funding. And in actuality, the bill that was passed this morning included a 5.5% increase above the regular 2% that we would get. So this evening, we're asking for your approval to add an additional 2% increase to our employee salaries throughout the district, which would bring them to the 5%, as you have previously approved a 3% increase. This is a good increase. It's common around for districts around Phoenix and around the state because of this availability of funds that we have. And so we're asking for your approval to add an additional 2% to the salary increases for our employees for next year.
Thank you. Is there any questions from the board? Hearing none, call for the vote.
Governing Board Member Ms. Maria Hernandez, may I please have your verbal vote?
Yay.
Okay, motion carries. Next, approval to adopt a resolution authorizing the issuance of sales and tax anticipation notes by the district. Ms. Ling Lang, Chief Financial Officer. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Ms. Lang?
Madam President, members of the governing board, tax anticipation notes, otherwise known as TANs, are short-term debt securities that provide a cash flow for us throughout the year. As you know, the district annually operates within our expenditure budget. However, due to prior years of frozen tax rates and lower than anticipated revenues, we continually end up running into a negative cash balance, and depending upon where our payments are throughout. By issuing these TANs, it allows us to have a continuous flow of cash to make sure that we can cover all of our expenditures throughout the year. By the end of the year, we have the funds to pay, to to pay back the TANs, and so we start again back at ground zero. It has a very low interest rate, and generally what we earn in interest is it covers what our expenditures are.
Okay, any questions from the board? Hearing none, call for the vote.
Governing Board Member Ms. Maria Hernandez, may I please have your verbal votes?
Yay.
Okay, motion carries. Next, approval of FY 2022-2023 district-wide multifunction printer purchase and maintenance fees. Ms. Ling Lang, Chief Financial Officer, and Mr. Gualberto Perez, Director of Technology. Is there a motion? Is there a second?
Second.
Ms. Lang and Mr. Gualberto? Oh.
Madam
give-
President,
Mhm.
at this time, I'm going to defer to Mr. Perez to do the presentation for you.
Thank you. Good evening. Again, Madam President, members of the board, Dr. Ventura, and Isaac community. For this item, we'd like to present a plan to purchase multifunction printers for the Isaac School District. So our current environment is we have a fleet of over 55 multifunction printers, also known as MFPs, throughout Isaac on all of our sites and campuses. This allows teachers to both print, copy, scan, and fax, again, from all these devices. We also have a district print shop right here at the district office, and those are for our larger jobs and some of our lesser used type of prints, such as booklets and banners. Most of the units we have are well over 10 years old currently. So our goal for this project is to purchase all new MFPs throughout the district, or to be used throughout the district, including all of our school sites and administrative buildings. In this process of purchasing new devices, we also want to be able to optimize the device counts and how we're using the devices, including being more effective and efficient using of our print shop. We still want to continue with this purchase to maintain easy use for our devices, for our staff, from whatever device they are using. As part of this process, to select a partner, we did an RFQ, or a request for quote. It was out there for over a month. We had 4 large vendors submit their quotes. And the team, which consisted mostly of technology team members, representatives from the finance team, and ultimately district leadership, met with vendors, saw some presentations, and ultimately recommended a partner that we are recommending here tonight, which is Pacific Office Automation, POA. So a little bit about Pacific Office Automation. They are a large national company that also happens to have a large presence in the Southwest, and especially has offices and warehouses right here in Arizona. They're a company that has been growing steadily for the last 45 years. So that tells us they're going to be able to support us now and in the future. They also happen to be our current MFP support provider, which means they've been providing us with service for the last 2 years, and to date have provided us with wonderful customer service. They are proposing Sharp devices, and they happen to be a Sharp Platinum level service provider, so they will be able to provide us the best support for these devices. But very importantly, they also represent 8 other manufacturers, which will allow the district to continually upgrade and place the right devices based on our need as those needs grow and change over time. We're happy to have 2 representatives from POA here with us tonight. We have Lisa Kane, our sales representative, and Adam Pritchett, who is a vice president with Pacific Office Automation. For the project implementation, our plan is to complete the installation of devices by September of this upcoming school year. And we're going to be using Sharp devices. They're going to be of varying sizes based on the needs that we find in the schools. But we'll continue to have access to all the same services, printing in color and black and white, and everything else that they currently can do. Staff will be able to continue to do, hopefully just better. And in summary, we expect the cost for this project not to exceed $350,000. The devices themselves are to be funded with district additional assistance, and we expect, as part of this right sizing, to go with 50 or less units overall based on our needs. The annual maintenance, which is the support of the devices, the toner, and the software, we expect to be funded via M&L. And so finally, the recommendation tonight is to approve the partnership with POA, and that includes purchasing of devices, software that is going to go along with it, and then the associated annual maintenance. And so at this time, we'll be able to answer any questions.
Does the board have any questions? What are you gonna do with the current printers right now?
That is something we would likely turn in. I'll work with Lynn and the vendor to be able to. They are definitely going to be removed off campus first of all, and then they're once they're removed, they'll be part of that turn in process, turn in basically and recycle because they're really old.
Okay. Okay. So call for the vote.
Governing Board Member Ms. Maria Hernandez, may I please have your verbal vote?
Yay.
Okay, motion carries, and thank you very much. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Okay, next, approval to accept donation to the Isaac Middle School band. Dr. Erica Avila, Assistant Superintendent, Teaching and Learning. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second? I'll second it. Dr. Avila?
Good evening, Madam President, members of the Governing Board, and Dr. Ventura. This evening, we have a motion to approve or to accept a donation to the Isaac Middle School Band. Mr. Kevin Sotomayor, Principal, is here and will present this item.
Madam President, members of the board, Dr. Ventura, thank you for the opportunity to come and present this opportunity to you that we have for our school band. The Mr. Holland's Opus Foundation donates musical instruments to schools nationwide with a focus on low-income communities. In collaboration with committed school districts, the foundation's investments are strategically placed as a part of a K-12 district-wide plan to achieve the following outcomes. Economically disadvantaged students gain access to their school's music program. Instrument and mouthpiece sharing is eliminated, resulting in added instruction and practice time for students and COVID mitigation. Aged instruments are replaced, resulting in enhanced student engagement, learning, and progression. Sequential quality K-12 music education programs are sustained. Community education engagement is increased. In music students' academic achievement, school attendance, graduation rates are increased, and suspensions are reduced compared to the total school population.
Good evening. My name is Salvador Rodriguez. I am the band director at Isaac Middle School. I'm going to continue. So this is a very competitive grant with IMS being one of approximately only 36 schools nationwide to receive this funding. With the support for the arts and music education here in the Isaac School District from the board, Dr. Ventura, Dr. Avila, and the IMS staff, we are very proud and excited to bring this opportunity for approval to you. The total retail value of this donation is $50,351, and it is made possible through generous funding by many donors that believe in the mission and vision of the Mr. Holland's Opus Foundation grant. Our specific donor that funded our award did so in honor of Bobby Horowitz. Bobby was passionate about the impact of music education on youth, and the funder shared that the instruments come with love and passion for the future of children that love music. Thank you.
Are there any questions at this time we can answer for you?
Is there any questions from the board? Well, I just want to say thank you, and anything that we could have for our students, so thank you very much. Okay, call for the vote.
Governing Board Member Ms. Maria Hernandez, may I please have your verbal vote?
Yay.
Motion carries. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, approval of the 2022-2023 Governing Board regular meeting schedule. Dr. Mayra Ventura, Superintendent, is there a motion?
Moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Dr. Ventura?
Madam President, in your packet, you have the regular scheduled board meetings for 2022-23, August 11th, 2022, August 25th, 2022, September 15th, 2022, October 13th, 2022, November 10th, 2022, December 8th, 2022, January 12th, 2023, February 9th, 2023, February 23rd, 2023, March 9th, 2023, March 23rd, 2023, April 13th, 2023, April 27th, 2023, May 11th, 2023, June 8th, 2023, and June 22nd, 2023.
Okay, is there any questions from the board on our board meeting dates? No? Dr. Ventura, if you could remove the names of the board. Okay, thank you. Call for the vote.
Governing Board Member Ms. Maria Hernandez, may I please have your verbal vote?
Yay.
Okay, motion carries. Next, we have approval of administrative staff new hire Elizabeth Gonzalez, Assistant Principal at Morris K. Udall Middle School. Dr. Tanya Whiteford, Human Resource Coordinator. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
Ms. Whiteford?
Good evening, Madam President, Governing Board members, Dr. Ventura, and Isaac Community. We would like to recommend Ms. Elizabeth Gonzalez for Assistant Principal at Morris K. Udall. Ms. Gonzalez brings to us 20 years of experience, with 15 of those years being in administrative level roles. Ms. Gonzalez joins us from Tolleson Unified School District as the interim CTE Director teaching career and technical classes. She has been awarded Teacher of the Year twice, once while at Maryville High School and also through Chicana por la Casas organization. Ms. Gonzalez is also participating in the AASA Latina Superintendency Academy. Ms. Gonzalez has shared her desire to serve the students, families, and staff of the Isaac School District.
Okay, call for the vote.
Governing Board Member Ms. Maria Hernandez, may you please have your verbal vote?
Yay.
Okay, motion carries. Congratulations.
Madam President, Governing Board, my super, because you're super, and my community. I want to thank you for this honorable opportunity, and I want to say, you know, you hear the term, there is no I in team until you talk about the team at Isaac, and it is a joy to be a part of this new team, and I will do my part to serve my community, my school board, my super, and all the kids, because although I'm a proud mama bear of this little one, I'm a proud mama bear of all the kids in the Isaac community. We are dedicated to student success. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, and welcome to the Isaac family. Thank you. Okay, next, approval of certified promotion for 2022-2023 school year. Ms. Manuela Duran, teacher of special assignment at Esperanza Elementary School. Dr. Tanya Wyford, Human Resource Coordinator. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second? I'll second it.
Second.
Ms. Wyford?
Good evening, Madam President, Governing Board members, Dr. Ventura, and Isaac Community. We would like to recommend Ms. Laura Galindo as TOSA for Butler School. Ms. Galindo has served in our community for the past 18 years. She is well respected by students, parents, and colleagues, and is committed to the success of her students. Ms. Galindo continues to build her leadership through leading and facilitating various committees that support and impact student learning. She is actively involved in her continued growth as a school leader by earning her master's in administrative leadership. Ms. Galindo has demonstrated through her actions and service that she is ready to take on this new role as TOSA at Butler Elementary.
Just a quick, I just want to apologize. My bad. Got too excited. The approval was for Ms. Laura Galindo. So, is there, so call for the vote for Ms. Laura Galindo for teacher of special assignment at Altai Butler School. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second? I'll second it. Is Ms. Galindo here? Okay, congratulations.
Good afternoon, Madam President, Governing Board members, Dr. Ventura, and the Isaac community. My name is Laura Galindo. It is with great pleasure that I stand here before you and accept this enormous responsibility as the TOSA at Butler Elementary. I have been part of the Isaac School District for 17 years as an educator, and today I have been given the opportunity to step into a new role. I want to thank you for entrusting me as I continue to serve our community. Gracias.
Thank you. Ms. Nancy, you wanna go? I'm gonna do a, okay,
Madam President, may you please call for the vote?
yes, call for the vote.
Governing Board Member Ms. Maria Hernandez, may I please have your verbal vote?
Yay.
Okay, congratulations again, and welcome to the Isaac family. Okay, now, okay, let me make sure. Yeah. So approval of certified staff promotion for 2022-23 school year, Ms. Manuela Duran, teacher of special assignment at Esperanza Elementary School. Dr. Tanya Whiteford, human resource coordinator. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second? I'll second it. Ms. Whiteford?
Madam President, Governing Board members, Dr. Ventura, and Isaac Community, we would like to recommend Ms. Manuela Duran as TOSA at Esperanza and Brett Tarver Preschool. Ms. Duran is a veteran ISD teacher serving 20 years between PTCO and Esperanza. She is a passionate educator committed to helping all children succeed. Ms. Duran has high expectations and a strong track record of student achievement. Ms. Duran is highly respected by the staff, students, and families. She has demonstrated her passion for continuous learning and student achievement by attending training and implementing newly learned strategies within her classroom. Esperanza is excited for the opportunity to support a high-achieving veteran teacher in becoming an administrative leader and role model for the Isaac community.
Thank you. Call for the vote.
Governing Board Member Ms. Maria Hernandez, may I please have your verbal vote?
Yay.
Okay, motion carries. Congratulations. Is she here? No, okay.
In Isaac Community, Ms. Duran was not able to join us this evening, but she did share some words that I would be happy to pass along to each of you. I would like to, on behalf of Ms. Duran, she says, I would like to thank the board members and Dr. Robertson for giving me this great opportunity to continue working in our community in a leadership role as the teacher on special assignment for Esperanza Elementary and Brett Tarver Preschool. I appreciate the opportunity and look forward to working with all of you and the families in our community to provide a safe, nurturing, and high-quality education for all.
Thank you. Next, approval of certified staff promotion of 2022-2023 school year. Ms. Yolanda White, teacher on special assignment at PTCO Elementary School. Ms. Tanya Whiteford, human resource coordinator. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second? I'll
Second.
second it. Okay, Ms. Whiteford?
Madam President, Governing Board members, Dr. Ventura, and Isaac Community, we would like to recommend Mrs. Yolanda White Pollard as TOSA at PTCO. Mrs. Pollard has been with the Isaac District for 3 years and served in various leadership capacities, PBIS specialist and social emotional learning specialist. Mrs. Pollard has demonstrated her abilities to connect with Isaac students, families, and staff. Prior to joining the ISD family, Ms. Pollard served as an English teacher, attendance dean, night school facilitator, and intervention team advisor. Mrs. Pollard believes in the importance of building a community of learners in a school while carefully nurturing and caring working relationships with herself and students. PTCO looks forward to the opportunity to welcome Ms. Pollard.
Thank you. Call for the vote.
Governing Board Member Ms. Maria Hernandez, may I please have your verbal vote?
Yay.
Motion carries. Congratulations.
Good evening, Dr. Ventura, Madam President, Board of Directors of the Isaac School District Number 5. Thank you for trusting me to lead in this district. It is my honor and genuine pleasure to accept the position of TOSA at PTCO Elementary School. I look forward to engaging students, families, staff, and this community to excel beyond our collective imaginations. I believe in the power of young people. I believe in this district. Thank you for choosing to believe in me.
Thank you very much. Thank you. You're welcome as well. Okay. Next, we have approval of certified promotion for 2022-2023 school year. Ms. Griselda Cohen, teacher on special assignment at JB Sutton Elementary School. Dr. Tanya Wyford, human resource coordinator. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second? I'll
Second.
Okay, Ms. Wyford.
Madam President, governing board members, Dr. Ventura and Isaac Community, we would like to recommend Ms. Griselda Cohen as TOSA for JB Sutton. She has many years of teaching at various grade levels to give her the experiences with students and families. This summer, Ms. Cohen was JB Sutton's summer school coordinator, where she was able to shine as the summer school administrator. As coordinator, she demonstrated excellent decision-making and communication skills. Ms. Cohen has connected with all stakeholders to help grow the students, staff, teachers, families, and the community at Sutton.
Thank you. Call for the vote.
Governing Board Member Ms. Maria Hernandez, may I please take your verbal vote?
Yay.
Congratulations. Motion carries.
Good evening, Madam President, board members, and Isaac community. I'm honored to continue my journey in the Isaac School District, where I have been since I was a student teacher. I fell in love with this district and have taught a variety of age levels and seen all the wonderful things our students are capable of. I am excited to continue serving now as TOSA of JB Sutton. I feel privileged to be joining a school team that values and advocates for our students and their future. I look forward to contributing to Sutton's continued excellence and to positively impact more students and families. Thank you for this opportunity. Gracias por esta oportunidad.
Thank you. I just want to say, I get very, I apologize, I love seeing staff and like you said, you came here, been from Isaac, so it's just exciting to see that, we have leaders in our district and you're moving up. So thank you very much for still being here, part of Isaac and loving our kids and their community. I know you could be any place else, but you choose to be here, so thank you very much. Okay, now we have approval to approve the whole consent agenda. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second? I'll second it.
Second.
Okay, call for the vote.
Governing Board Member Ms. Maria Hernandez, may I please take your verbal vote?
Yay.
Okay, motion carries. Ms. Nancy, is there any call?
Madam President, members of the Governing Board, at this moment, we do not have any public requests to address the Governing Board.
Okay, thank you. Next is calendar, June 24th, a Pays to Be Safe COVID-19 vaccine event at Mitchell Elementary School from 4 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. June 30th, a Pays to Be Safe COVID-19 vaccine at Morris K. Udall School from 4 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. July 4th, Independence Day, district closed, July 25th to the 29th, first week for new teachers. August 1st, first day for returning teachers. August 3rd, back to school rally at Morris K. Udall from 8 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. August 4th, open house, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. August 8th, first day of school. And we have our enrollment at 5,407. And our next regular board meeting will be here at 5 p.m. Thursday, August 11th. And if I don't hear any objections, meeting adjourned. Thank you.